We sold our house, and today we're going to talk about what comes next.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
So, yeah, our house is sold. We contracted or went into contract before Christmas, and we really thought that we would close by the first week in January. So we had paid rent to move into a place, but that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
We ran into a couple of snafus. And, well, basically the big problem was that when they did the title search, we had 2 old mortgages on the house. One was from 2000, the actual first mortgage on the house when it was purchased in 2000, 20 years ago. And there was another small one from 2005. From 2005.
That was the problem.
Neither one of those satisfactions were filed. I was able to make some phone calls and get the first mortgage, the original one. I got a satisfaction on that, no problem.
They got it done right away.
Yeah, but the 2005 one was through GE Money Bank, who then subbed it out to Green Tree, who then went out of business, and it became Ditech, and then they went out of business, and then it went to NewRez, and then NewRez split it all over the place, and nobody could find it anywhere. I did all the research I could. We hired a company. Cannot get that satisfaction.
And was that a traditional mortgage, or was that some kind of construction mortgage?
It was
for the pool?
It was a $15,000 construction loan for the pool. I literally had it for 2 months before it was paid off. And it just was it's caused me a tremendous amount of problems. And we ended up going to closing, and they kept $10,000 in escrow because I now had to hire a lawyer, and it's going to be a flat fee of, I think, like $5,000 to do a quiet title in court. And that's going to take 6 months or more, especially with COVID. So that $10,000 has to stay in escrow until that's cleared. But what an aggravating thing. I'm furious.
Yeah, it was not fun.
But
And
we just...
we were able to finally get closed, 2 months later?
Yeah, we closed this past week during a ridiculous snowstorm.
Right.
And house is sold. We're on our way home from the closing. What a great day for us. But what a crummy ride home.
We're moving, so that's good.
Yeah, but it is crummy. Oh, and to top it all off, Richie had rotator cuff surgery at the end of January because we thought we'd be closed by then, so it was all scheduled. We couldn't change it, so he still had that. But he can't use this arm for 12 weeks. So we had to move and close, and he couldn't help.
Right. I'm in recovery mode now. We were supposed to have all this done prior to the surgery, but that didn't happen.
So yeah, all those big snowstorms that were sweeping through, that's when we closed. We were driving in ridiculous conditions and moving the last things out of our home in ridiculous conditions. Everything else that we own is in that trailer right now. There it goes. Oh. Trailer's just there it goes. Trying to get moved into this little apartment that we're living in.
Thank God we had a few family and friends help us with
Yeah.
everything. Everybody came through for us, and we really appreciate all the help that we got from everybody.
Definitely. So yeah, we're in a little 1-bedroom apartment for 4 months, and in June we'll move out of here and permanently be in our little trailer.
Yeah.
We're currently looking at the plans here, and we just sent those in to the company that does the kits. And we're waiting on them to get back to us on how much that might cost.
We're definitely going to do as much of it as we can DIY to save money. There's a lot of things I can handle. We're looking to cut costs any way we can. And we got a few ideas, and we'll share those with you along the way as we get started.
Yeah. We already made a couple of decisions, like the heat.
The heat. We were going back and forth with the heat as far as forced hot air, radiant floor heating, or just your traditional baseboard hot water systems that you see around. And after considering a lot of different things, I think we're going to go with just the basic baseboard heating. And that's a lot of stuff that I'm familiar with and I could do myself with all the rough plumbing and getting it all ready to be hooked up.
Yeah, we plan on contracting it all ourselves, doing whatever we can, and then hiring out, because we do know that we have some limitations on the things that we can and can't do. We did make the blueprints of the house a little bit bigger than we initially intended. We had put that post on the community thing and asked people to vote on how big a square footage we should get. So we did decide to make the blueprints a little bit bigger. The original plan was, I think, just over 1,000 and maybe 1,200. The new plan is a little over 1,500 square feet. So we did make it bigger so we could have a little bit more room for guests. We definitely decided to go solar. The system we're looking at is a 5.7 kilowatt system.
Batteries are about 7,000 kilowatts each, so that's about 14,000 for the batteries. And the generator is also a 14,000 kilowatt backup generator.
And the batteries are those special Life lithium iron phosphate batteries, which are super safe.
Right.
And you can run them down. They don't off gas. They're safe to have in the house. So we're kind of excited about that. They're really expensive, though.
They do have to be kept kind of warm, somewhere's in the 50-degree range, right, where we're at. When the batteries are depleted to a certain point, the generator will automatically kick on and recharge the batteries on those weeks if you have a lot of gray days and you're using all battery power down.
So we'll never be without power.
We'll never be without power.
The bottom line. And the last thing that we decided with the house is to go with the traditional Adirondack look. This was another post that we had made. We asked for people to vote for people's opinion, and this is the one that we decided to go with. So it has that typical Adirondack look on the south side, and then this will be a carport, and that's the front entrance there. So we're kind of excited about that, to finally have made a decision on what we wanted to do there. And again, like Richie said, we're going to try to DIY as much as we can and use repurposed materials and cut corners as much as possible without compromising the integrity or the purpose of this style house. What am I trying to say? It's worth it to spend the money on
certain things. Windows, we probably can't skimp out on those.
No, and doors. Don't want to skimp on the doors.
We're going back and forth whether we're going to use a steel roof or traditional roof shingles, depending on the size. Once we see the plans, we'll know a little bit more what the dimensions of certain things are going to be, and we'll have a better idea.
In the meantime, we're just sitting here waiting to hear from the company, and we're reminiscing about all the memories, 20 years of memories that we had in that house. We had our wedding.
Yeah.
In that yard, our reception was in the yard.
A lot of special parties.
Every graduation party for all of the kids, all 4 of them. Bridal shower for my daughter. Birthdays.
Father's Day every
Father's Day barbecues.
That was a big one.
And movie nights. We would set up a projector in the backyard and have movies.
So that's about it. We're closing one chapter of our life and opening up another. And we're pretty excited to move on.
So stay tuned. We're going to have a little slideshow coming up any minute now, because we're about done.
Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe. I'm Kathie.
And I'm Rich.
And we're creating a simple life.
Yes, we are. Can't wait.
Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna It's over now, so don't despair. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could fall